Last Tuesday, Anthropic took 5 things out of beta at once. Everyone I follow is talking about the new browser tool, and it genuinely is the interesting one. But there is a warning sitting in the file's documentation that almost nobody has read. If you are building anything with more than one user, it is the most important sentence Anthropic shipped that day. This all landed on the 19th of August, and it went out with almost no noise around it. Computer use, the brand new browser tool, the files interface, agent skills, and the admin interface all went generally available together. If you are already sending the old beta headers, nothing breaks. Every one of them is still accepted, and there is no shutdown date published for any of them. The part that keeps getting reported wrong is the browser tool. It is not the old computer use tool with a new name on it. Computer use looks at an entire desktop, and the only way it can see anything is by taking a screenshot and working out coordinates. The browser tool reads the page 2 different ways. It can take screenshots like before, but it can also read the page's actual structure. That structural read is the whole upgrade. Instead of guessing where a button is from a picture, the model gets the elements, the forms, and the tabs, and a reference it can act on directly. It is the difference between describing a room from a photograph and being handed the floor plan. Anthropic publishes exactly one cost number in these documents. It is the one worth remembering. Every screenshot costs roughly 1,000 to 1,800 input tokens. A long agent loop sends dozens of them, so a tool that reads structure instead of squinting at another picture is not a small convenience. On a long-running job, it is the difference between a sensible bill and a silly one. Both tools also learn to batch. The model can now return a click, then some typing, then a screenshot, all in one response. They run in order and they stop at the first thing that fails. Everything after the failure comes back marked as not executed. The browser tool ships with 31 separate actions inside it, where computer use has 17. 2 of the most powerful ones, running your own JavaScript and uploading files, are switched off unless you deliberately turn them on. Before you plan anything around the browser tool, there is one restriction that will decide it for a lot of teams. It only runs on Anthropic's own interface. It is not available on Bedrock, it is not on Google Cloud, and it is not on Microsoft's platform either. Anthropic's own interface only. Now to the files interface, because this is where the story stops being a feature list. On paper, it is generous. Files go up to 500 megabytes each. You get a terabyte across the whole organization, and every file operation is free. And then there is a warning box in the middle of that page that most people will scroll straight past. I want to read you the important part because it is Anthropic's own wording, and it is unusually blunt. Uploaded files are accessible to your entire workspace. They are not scoped to a user, or a conversation, or a session. Any key in that workspace can reach any file uploaded to it. And unless you have split them up yourself, all your keys sit in one default workspace together. That is the default. Anthropic spells out what that means. If you let a user hand you a file identifier, you have built a way for one of your users to read another user's upload. Agent skills carry the same shape. Any key in the workspace can read, run, and delete every custom skill in it. To be fair, this is not a bug, and it is not a vulnerability. It is a documented design decision, and the fix is in the same paragraph. What bothers me is the timing. While these were in beta, most people were experimenting alone. Going generally available is the signal to put them in front of real customers. The fix is simple. The workspace is the wall, so if you are running a product with tenants, you give each tenant its own. You get 100 workspaces per organization as standard. Above that, you have to ask. So the honest summary is that the browser tool is the headline, and the workspace boundary is the thing that will actually bite someone this month. If you change one thing after this video, go and look at which workspace your production keys are sitting in. That check takes a minute. I have been running these all week, and I am going to test the browser tool against a real site and report back on what it actually costs. If you want that one, subscribing is what tells me to make it. And if the files interface is already in your production stack, go and check your workspaces before you finish your coffee.